Tonight I tell you, logic is not the savior you imagine it to be. It defends what is already shaped, and what is already shaped is finished. It cannot give life. It can only contend with the living word. Logic stands guard before the tomb of yesterday and calls it reality. The law of imagination does not argue. It creates. Where reason demands proof, imagination moves as though it is done, and the world must follow. Reason says this is why it cannot be. It lists the obstacles, measures the odds, and calls its prayer wisdom. The law says it is already accomplished. It acts from fulfillment, not toward it, knowing that what is assumed as true must unfold. And yet, behold man, rising each day to repeat the failures of yesterday, calling it prudence. He bows before numbers, trusting the printed column more than his own decree, asking the world for permission to believe, as though faith required witnesses. He buries his vision the moment it is questioned, and names his surrender humility. He prays for miracles, but kneels before facts, studying effects as though they were causes, guarding his prison of reason, proud of its order, yet blind to its chains. And when his logic fails him, he blames the world, never seeing it was his worship of logic that smothered the dream. For the law was waiting all along, silent, unopposed, ready to create the instant he ceased to reason and dared to assume. Logic observes effects and names them facts. It gazes upon the harvest and claims to be the sower, proud of its record, yet unaware of its source. But imagination is the seed, planted long before reason ever noticed the field. It works in silence, unseen, until the world wakes to find its fruits and calls them fate. You cannot move the man by commanding his shadow, yet that is precisely what the rational mind attempts to do, to rule the reflection while ignoring the face before the mirror. Men argue about money, about health, about relationships, never realizing they are quarreling with the echo of yesterday. Reason is ever late, like a messenger arriving after the feast, announcing what has already been consumed. You must understand, imagination moves first. It declares the end and permits the world to bend to that decree. One does not reason his way into a miracle, any more than a seed debates with the soil. He assumes it, he decides it, and the earth, compelled by law, must obey. To imagine a state and to persist in it is to transcend the cunning of logic itself. For logic depends upon the evidence of the senses, but imagination fashions that evidence. When man dares to remain loyal to his assumption, though every sense denies it, he has placed himself in harmony with the law, and the law cannot fail him. Cease disputing with appearances. You were not sent to defend shadows, but to command substance. You were not born to gather evidence, but to give decrees. When logic murmurs, you do not have the skill, the time, the proof. Answer not with hesitation or defense, but with authority. Declare, I am already the one who possesses it. For logic counts the steps, while imagination arrives. Logic measures the distance, but imagination is the destination. And as the shadow cannot resist the man who stands, the world cannot resist the one who assumes. Logic ends where creation begins, for logic is the servant of memory, but imagination is the voice of creation. Every miracle is deemed unreasonable until the day it is measured and called progress. The world mocks faith, then builds its monuments upon the ruins of yesterday's disbelief. The question is never how it will unfold. The question is, will you stand in the end as though it were already written and let the facts crawl to meet your vision? For the law waits upon the bold, and reason bows before the man who dares to assume.